Music! I love doing that. It's so cool. Hey, I'm Michael Edward, creator of How to Crush Your Mental Blocks, which is a course that teaches you how to identify and remove the mental blocks that's keeping you stuck, stopping you from reaching your level of success. Hello, my friend. It is Michael Edward, and this is MichaelEdwardShow, and I believe this is episode number 28. What happens when I hit 30? Like, does my computer blow up or something? Maybe there's some fancy icon that comes up and I upload. Hey, man, you've done 30. I don't know. All right. Anyway, we're going to keep on plugging away here because that's what I do, right? And, I want to check in with you. Right? We finished January now. We're in early February of this fine year of 2019. I like the sound of that, right? 2019. Like counting backwards or something. Anyway, I want to know where you're at. I want you to think about this. When you started out 2019, you probably said, you know what, this is the year I'm going to crush it. This is the year that I'm going to make huge differences in my life. This is it. All right? And where are you right now? Are they a thing of the past? Is it that you're not crushing it? On the contrary, you've slipped back into your old habits, your old ways. You've made very, very little progress. And, I mean, that's not uncommon, right? It's really not. So don't get freaked out by it. It's okay. Because today I'm going to help you get past that whole, change stuff. I'm going to explain to you 3 different methods of change and which is the best and why, and so on. So you're going to get a much, much better advantage. But I didn't do this back in January 1st when I talked about New Year's resolutions and so forth, because you need sometimes to go through some struggles before you're willing to open yourself up and understand what it is that I'm going to explain to you today. All right? So if I just started with this back then, you may or may not have followed it. But now I'm hoping that you are very open to following it. Okay? So today's video is called Change Your Identity to Become Who You Want to Be. And the first one is called Outcome Change. I'm reading Braille and I'm lousy at it. Okay, outcome change. So what that means is you're going to change based on the outcome that you want. All right? It's like action-based change. So the outcome is common, New Year's Eve, weight loss. Everybody wants to lose those 5, 10, 15 pounds and more. And so that is the outcome. So what is it that you need to do to change to reach that outcome? Okay? So that's sort of an action-based change is outcome change. It can be good. All of this can be good. But it's not terribly powerful. It's not powerful enough to make real life changes. All right? And what I'm all about here is teaching people how to reach their highest level of success. Not the feel good, not the cuddly warm, hey, if you want to lose weight, start walking more. No, let's get down to it. Let's figure it out. Let's learn what we need to do to really lose weight and keep it off for life. All right? Not the yo-yo stuff and all that. We want to keep it off. And in your reaching your highest level of success, I mean, that's different for everybody, right? It's a generic way of saying, become who you want to be. It's a generic way of saying, if you want to be rich, be rich. But if you just want a happy life, a loving relationship, that's above and beyond normal. You know what I'm saying? So reaching your highest level of success is your goals. Not mine, your goals. And that's what we're here to help you reach. Now, action-based or outcome change is not bad, but you can see it's not super powerful, and often that is where we start. So January 1st, 2019, you said, this is it, man, I'm going to drop some weight, and to do that, I'm going to start eating better, and so on and so on. And you may not have lost the weight, and you may not be eating better, and so on and so on, because it's just not powerful enough. So the second one, number 2, is process change. Now, process change is where this is where your habits come in. This is where processes come in. And, and when I worked in a large organization, I used to love this because some new, uppity up would come in, some new, way up at the top, and they would walk around and they'd recognize something and they would say, well, I got to put my fingerprint here, so I'm going to tell everybody to do this. So they instituted a new process. It almost never lasted. It almost never worked. It just served to piss everybody off. Now, that's not to say that if you implement new practices, new habits, new processes, that is not going to work. It can work, and it can work really well, but it doesn't always have to work. Again, this is useful stuff, but it's not the end-all, be-all, but it can really work for you. So, again, if we're picking on the weight loss guys, you want to drop 15 pounds, whatever, and keep it off for life, then you join a gym, all right? Just go with me. You might join a gym, and you developed a habit of every morning before you go to work, you leave for work 30 minutes early, and you hit the gym, you train hard for 15 minutes, you grab a shower, you're off to work, everything's fine. All you did was used up 15, 20 minutes of workout time because you were going to have a shower at home anyway before you went to the gym, and so on and so on and so on. Or you develop the habit after work, I'm going to hit the gym and then I'll be home, half an hour later than usual. Okay? These are habits, and if they stick, they will work. Absolutely, they will work. And that's the process change, all right? Change the process, monitor the results, and see if it's long-lasting or if it's not. Now, the third one, I turn my notes over here. The third one is identity change. No, I didn't need that. I didn't need the notes for that. I'm just preparing myself in case I do. All right. Identity change. All right. Now, this is the heavy stuff. This is where you become that identity. All right. This is the really powerful stuff. So if you want to become a healthier, more vibrant person, you become that identity. You become a more healthy, vibrant person. And you can adopt other people's identities. Absolutely, you can. You can study somebody that you know that has tons of energy, is vibrant, is healthy, and you can ask them, what do you do? How do you find the time to have this much energy? What do you mentally prepare? What do you physically eat? What do you physically do with your body? What are you digesting, man? And you learn, and you learn, and you learn. And you adopt that identity. You become a healthy person. See, look, when I was back in my weightlifting days, when I was in my 30s or so, I got really big, and I got really big really fast, and very strong. And the way I did it was, I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna stop screwing around here. I'm gonna be a bodybuilder. No, I never professed or wanted to be professional, but it doesn't matter. My identity was a bodybuilder, and when you adopt the identity of a bodybuilder, a lot of things come into play. No, not drugs. I wouldn't do that. But the diet. I started eating like a bodybuilder. I started eating 5 or 6 small meals every single day. right? It was all measured out. It was everything. I mean, it was a big deal. But that's what bodybuilders do. I started training. My gosh. I started training like a bodybuilder. I made every rep count, every movement count. If I did a lift and I did not like it for one reason or another, I subtracted it in my mind and I replaced that lift with a better one. I did everything that a bodybuilder would do because I adopted the identity of a bodybuilder, and man, did I get results, and did I get results really fast. I mean, it was like night and day almost. You know, it was really, really cool. And I've done this throughout my life in a variety of ways, right? When I was working for the large organization, I said, okay, I need to change my identity to be, you know, I was working on the phone lines at one point, and I refused to be the robotic type persons that everybody else I could hear around me, for the most part, were. And I said, no way. I am going to give my clients a better experience. And no matter how often, how many times I get the same call over and over and over asking for the same information, I'm going to make it sound fresh. I'm going to really give them the best experience that I could. And that was the high level of energy and dedication that I gave to every client that called, right? And that was very, very important to me. Okay? So you can choose your identity to be who you want to be. All right? Write that one down. Choose your identity to be who you want to be. You can choose it. You have an identity now, and believe it or not, you chose it through, you know, just living or intentionally. But you can choose your identity, and you can choose to become who you want to be. All right? These are choices that you make, and that's the beauty of being a human. I like saying that because it's so true. Most other creatures that crawl the earth don't have the ability for a lot of choice. We can choose. We can choose all kinds of things. Right? We have the freedom to choose. It's our will to choose. Right? Free will to choose. Anyway, so the challenges in becoming the, you know, choosing your identity is, of course, with everything, it's like sticking with it and selecting. The actual choosing of the identity, I think, is almost automatic. When you sit down and give this some serious thought and you say, all right, I can be anything I want to be. I can choose my identity. What do I want? And you can blend in, you know, some of this from Jamie, some of this from Joey, some of this from, you know, whatever. And mix it all up and stir it all up and come up with your identity. All right? But the challenge is you need to do this. You need to think about it. You need to go through the processes. And you need to want it. All right? And, you know, like if you're an alcoholic, you want the identity of a sober person. Right? If you're a smoker, you want to create the identity of a non-smoking, healthy person, right? If you want to be an athlete, then you need to adopt the habits of an athlete. Stretching, running, whatever it is, right? Stretching, eating, you know, training, whatever it might be, you need to adopt that identity. All right? So the first step I would consider here, I would advise you to do, is perhaps just sit down and think. Go over your New Year's resolutions, all right, because you've already got those, I assume. And if you don't, get them. And decide what it is that you want to do in this year of 2019. And forget about losing a month. We still have 11 more in front of us. Doesn't matter. You got 11 more in front of us, man. We barely touched February. We're good. We're good. There's still lots and lots of time left. So figure it out, what it is that you want to do. And then sit down and start deciding what kind of identity traits would I need to develop to go along with that. Now, you can start with outcome. You can say, well, I want to lose weight. Then you can go into processes, right? Process change, outcome change, right? Points 1 and 2. And process change, you could say, well, I'm going to join the gym, and I'm actually going to go to the gym, and I'm actually going to train hard while I'm at the gym, and so on. And then become more into the identity as time goes on. You can do that. This is not a race. You may think it is because you want change and you want instantaneous change and you want everything to happen right away. Of course you do. But just take it easy. Take the first steps and decide what it is you want to do and how you're going to do it, and go from there. But choose that identity. By the end of the day, choose that identity and figure it out so that you can start reaching that higher level of success. All right? So, every day, I want you to go out there and enjoy. I want you to love as much as you possibly can and succeed. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, please like it, share it. Click on that subscribe button, click on that bell icon to adjust your notifications so you'll never miss another video from me again. In the description, there's links including mepersonaldevelopment.com, where we help you reach your highest level of success.